To the initial part of the book, I pick up three figures that you have commented on in episodic ways. One which you have dealt with fair detail is the Operation Polo, and you say that Mr. Patel stood out because secularism was not all talk. He showed that you have to act without bias. So how did it bolster his credentials as a fair administrator?
Sardar Patel,
yes,
was a fair man, not just because he had done his law and had become a barrister and knew that justice requires to be fair, not just because of that, but there's something very intrinsically honest and fair about him. He knew what reality was. He was very typically an Indian farmer, though he may not have done farming for very long by his own two hands. And when he worked among the peasants of Khera and Baroda, he was being utterly honest and fair. They've had a natural disaster. On top of it, there is a revenue zulum on them. I cannot abide this. For me, this is what slavery is about. And he fought with the officialdom. Officialdom for him, like later on princely states, were not important. What is important was the life of the people, whom officials and the princes were sort of in charge of. And that made him an ideal administrator. But the most important thing about him was there was nothing petty or vindictive about him. He didn't want to take it out on somebody who had put him in jail. He had contempt for that action. But when he himself became the Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister of India, he was able to see that these people who were doing zulum under the Raj, as the Raj's officials, were obeying orders. They were not wicked people in themselves, and they were an instrument of the state. And when the state has changed from a colonial and imperial power to a republic, they become instruments of the republic. He was a transformational person. We don't realize that.